Hi, Civil War students, and welcome to the third week. Before we talk about this next week, I'd like to take a couple minutes and talk about some of the changes to the Blackboard website. First of all, you might notice that each week will disappear at the end of the time period for that week, and I do this intentionally because you only have 1 week to complete the work, and occasionally I might put a week up early, but the idea is that once a week is over, I remove that week because that week really, it can't be made up after the fact. So you'll see that I kept up week 1 and 2 because we had some late arrivals to the class, but overall and from now on, you'll only be seeing the week of the week that's going on at this moment. The only reason that I would ever pull up a week is if for some reason I made a mistake and needed to continue a week so that people could make some changes. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the class, that it'll only be the current week up for access. In addition to that, you might notice that I've added some other tabs on the side of the Blackboard page, on the left side. One of those tabs is My Grades, which I know many people have asked me, how can I access my grades? You should be able to get to your grades based on that tab. The other tab I added was just a general discussion board tab, which will bring you to the discussion board, which will work much like the weeks, that at the end of the week, those discussion boards disappear, because again, you can only respond to discussion boards until the end of the week. Again, my deadlines are strict, but I try to give you the benefit of the doubt in terms of grading, and I hope people have seen that as long as you're making your best effort and you give me something solid, you tend to do pretty well on discussion boards. They're really meant to keep us focused on what's important, how your opinion plays into the course, and what do other people think that might help you to formulate a more concrete thinking about the class. The other thing I wanted to talk about was an upcoming assignment, and you'll notice there's an assignment tab now on that left-hand side. Your first paper, which is about the reasons the South is going to secede from the Union, is now available. So you may have clicked on that assignment tab and you may have seen the paper, but if you haven't, that's the next thing that you want to do, so you can look it over, ask me questions if you have them, and start maybe writing a first draft. Because ultimately, that paper is going to be due. Again, I don't really accept late papers, so make every effort to start putting together some ideas now, using those main idea notes, maybe to start formulating some ideas for your paper. And then when we finish the last 2 chapters before the beginning of the actual Civil War, they'll give you more insight as to why the South actually divided from the North. So until then, I hope you enjoy the next 2 weeks, the fall of America, the inevitable beginning of the Civil War. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to email me, to call me, to post onto the blog. You notice in the virtual cafe section of the website, there's a section for questions about the course. There's also a section called Cool Tidbits of Information or History. So if there is something interesting about the Civil War that you may know, that you want to post to other people, feel free to post it there, and somebody may respond to you. And really, I think it's a good way for people to discuss things about the Civil War that we don't discuss directly in class, but still have a forum for those types of discussions. So until then, this is Professor Haas signing off, and I hope you enjoy the next week.